Welcome back to Jurassic Park Japan in Jurassic World Evolution 2. Let's build a habitat for the Wuerhosaurus. Oh, my game just crashed. Oh no. Oh, that's bad. Look at all these fish in my fish pond. It's so fun. Also, what I added is a zipline to go over top. So if we hop in, we can look at the fan design, and then we come flying over the Megalodon pond. We can look at the water feature, and we go, well, yeah, it works pretty well. We go into the pagoda. So the bottom zipline building has, like, been, well, almost completely, not quite, but, you know, it's as close as I could get, but almost completely disappeared into the pagoda. But yeah, this gives the pagoda even more of a function. So I have the restaurant sunk into it, restroom, and now also a zipline. Anyway, we're gonna be working on this habitat today, and we're not gonna put Mario in here. It's Wuerhosaurus, that's right. And we're gonna start with outlining it with fence. So let me grab that. And yeah, I guess we're just gonna basically do this shape. Now, what I think is gonna be interesting about this habitat is that it's something, I wouldn't say you necessarily need mods to do something like this. So maybe, you know, if you don't use mods, that's gonna help you out. So it's still gonna give you some good ideas. We can, you know, we can move this cliff edge as needed. So we're gonna follow that curve. That's the basic outline of it. And what I wanted to do is create, like, I don't even know what to call it. Window? Well, I mean, I do that a lot, but that's not really what it is, though. Hold on, let's do it the scientific way. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we'll meet up like this. All right, so, and the vision is if I go into replace, and then we do, wait, what? All right. There, so like from the front, you know, it's like a complete fence. But when you go in here, it's actually, you know, it's a little lower. And then we add to that. Let me find like a fence that's really skinny. Because we want our guests to look through the fence. We're not gonna go invisible this time around. I could do that, but I'm not going to. I don't know why I said it like that. I mean, something like this could work. It doesn't have to be tall, because, you know, we're just going to pretend it's electrified, so that's going to keep the... Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. So that's going to keep the Wuerhosaurus contained. You know what? Yeah, I think it doesn't have to be super tall, because honestly, Wuerhosaurus isn't super tall. So we just go in once, oh god, oh god, oh god. There, like that. So, you know, the wooden barrier is so our guests don't touch what's going to be the electrified fence beyond. Yeah, you can see through that pretty well. Let me do a little size check. Let me grab the... where... Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, if this was electrified, that would be perfectly fine. Okay. And we're gonna do that at one more point, I think. I kind of think I want to extend it a little bit. Yeah, really create like a private little viewing area. Sort of like a little surprise. And then I think I'll also do it right here. I don't know, I like that. I think that's fun. Like little surprise moments. And then, oh god, which fence did I use? Oh, this one. Whew. There you go. So these are our main 2 viewing opportunities. Now I do think I also want to put like ye old viewing gallery right back here. Where is he? I scrolled way past ye old viewing gallery. Here, it's just right here. We need to take a viewing gallery first approach. Here, so like tuck it right in the corner. Why did the terrain not flatten? Hold on, let me try that again. Hello? Oh no. Oh, okay, I can't grab him like that. Come on, come on! You can do it, I believe in you. There he is. Here, let me place it the old-fashioned way so the, there, the map border will show up. Oh! Oh, my game just crashed. Oh no. Oh no! Oh, that's bad. Nervous laughter intensifies. Now, this is to be expected, right? Because this park is just stupidly detailed. I just thought I would get a little bit more of a warning up front. Oh, we barely lost anything. The autosave was like literally in the same minute. So I always knew that this would eventually happen, but I thought we would see way worse FPS before this would happen. Oh, it could just be a fluke. It could be a fluke. Alright, we're back in. Yeah, see, we barely lost anything. So, okay, so I always knew that at some point I'm gonna have to split the park into 2 save files, the bottom and the top. But I really was hoping that I could finish this area at least, so that, you know, when we have these viewpoints from the top, we're looking out over a relatively finished park, and it's only in the distance that you're gonna see that it's not finished. I think it's, Like, I'm just gonna have to do it again and see if it crashes again, see if this is the culprit. I think it is. Yep, okay. So the move tool is crashing the game. Okay, that's lovely. All right, we're back in. Now, let me try this differently. So I'll use terrain paints. Sort in get. Well, I guess I can take it like. So this modded move tool still works. So we'll do that. The terrain is just not flat over here. But that works. All right. Let's hope no more crashes for the rest of this, please. Thank you. All right. So see, that's all I wanted to do, game. That's all I wanted to. What is this? Oh my lord. Let me fix you. I can rebuild him. I mean, I think these like little areas are gonna be pretty cute. So what I also want to do, I'm mostly using this path there, but then in like these sneaky areas, we might switch it to here, this one. If I do that. There, and then at the back there, I can put some flowers or something like that. And then we'll do the same thing here. So I do think, looking at this now, we're getting quite a large area. I'm a little scared, like anything to do with attraction scares me now. But I think what I'll do is we'll do like a big natural cutout here. There, pickle shape. Look, I'm just gonna have to commit to it, okay? Because it's getting way too silly. I do think that would be cute. All right, so get it as far as possible. So right there, that's cute. That's adorable. Okay, that's for later though. That's for later. So let's whip out more of the path. Can never have too much of it. Again, flowing lines is what we want in this park. Well, it's what I want in this park. I don't know what you want in this park. You can let me know. Actually, suggestions would always really help. And, you know, we can do like one shop here, and we can do a couple of shops up here. And, oh no! Oh, I just remembered something. I was gonna do the escalator thing again here. I mean, I could also do like these staircases, but as you can see, from the fact that it's nowhere near finished, that's a lot of work to do that again. Yeah, so you'd sink it down. I mean, we do still have enough space, so that's cool. Gotta remember that a lot of what we see at the top there is gonna get covered by rocks, so that's fine. I just want this corner, and at the top we can just place a different building. Oh no, that's gonna be an attraction. That's scary. Hold on, let me do a save. Okay, so an attraction. Let's just pretend this is all gonna go fine. Here, the entrance of this thing works really well. Okay, it worked. That kind of works, right? I think that works. Alright, so I'm keeping some distance from the fence, so I can just put flowers and trees and stuff there, break up the monotony of the fence itself. And that connection point there becomes then a little weird, but I think once you add in the decorations and stuff, it's not going to be quite so in your face. I'm doing these like thin lines again as the rake patterns in like Japanese sand gardens, which I've been doing at several points in the park, and I just think it connects everything.
One eternity later.
Alright, I think, okay, if it's gonna work, that might be pretty good. if it's gonna work. You do see some weirdness happening there, you know, between these two positions, but it's not a perfectly clean edge either way, so... There is typically always a way to connect them without clipping, but that's unmodded, you know, and obviously I've been messing around with the function where they don't snap together, and I don't know how that affects how that affects the connection points down the line, but so far so good. Okay, maybe having the snap feature turned off for the filling in is also best. Let's see. Oh, that works very well. Oh, dang, I should have done that with the other ones then. All right, note to self, that works way better. I think that looks cute. I like that. And yeah, that brings back, you know, stuff that we've done here. I've definitely evolved my technique quite a bit better. It was quite big in these areas, but even that you could say is like a stylistic, purposeful choice. Let's just do it. Let's just say that. Let's just say that it is. Oh my god, it has been a while, and I accidentally did quite a lot without recording it. Now, you might be wondering, how does that happen accidentally? Well, I just started with, you know what, I'm gonna line this entire fence with flower bits, and I don't need to record that, you don't need to see that. And then I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna line this area with the white modded wall pieces. You don't need to be there for that, I can do that on my own. And then one thing led to another, you know, I placed the bridge ahead of time, I laid down the path ahead of time. And at a certain point, I was like, you know, I should probably be recording this, but then I just thought to myself, it's too late now. So yeah, I've made quite a bit of progress on this guest area, and I'm gonna walk us through it because it's cool. So we come through this door, we have these lovely, like, grand pedestals with the Wuerhosaurus on top. These are, by the way, from a super secret early access mod that I hope I can provide you with the link very soon, but made by one of my moderators, well, commissioned by one of my moderators, Fletcher, made by Viral Cyclops, who also made, you know, my Japanese decorations mod. But yeah. Anyway, ramble. The path splits around this rock, and you can look out onto, like, the larger courtyard that surrounds it. You go under the Japanese bridge. You have the innovation center at the top of the huge hotels in the distance. We have some amenities, and then again, these, like, pedestals with the megalodon jaws, the quintessential cherry blossom tree, and of course, our decorative water with water lilies and the reeds. It's just a really nice area, I think. Obviously, a lot of work still needs to be done, but yeah, I figured at some point I should probably hit record. We're gonna be focusing on the actual habitat, though. And I don't even remember if I prefaced this in the first video. It's been a while, and by a while, I mean it is now the 31st of May. And when I started this, it was before the Jurassic World Rebirth second trailer was announced. You know, I was working on this habitat when the teaser dropped that we'd be getting the second trailer. So yeah, I had to drop everything and focus on that, but now we are back. It is a struggle. It is a struggle I have definitely run into to combine, you know, intensive park building, which modded park building just is, you know, it takes up a lot of time, and it is difficult to combine that with staying on top of the news. I hope I've struck some sort of balance? Probably not. I feel like I've been neglecting Jurassic World Evolution 2 a little bit, but that's because there's just been so much stuff coming out about the movie. It's actually crazy. Anyway, we're back in here. We're back in. So what I want to do is add just a little bit of terrain difference, and I want to make sure that it's a nice gentle slope here, and I think I pretty much nailed it. I'm gonna turn that down, and we're gonna carve out a nice sharp section. By the way, as I was doing this, I haven't had any crashes, but again, I wasn't recording, and obviously running a recording program is also, you know, taking some processing power, so maybe that goes into it. We'll see. All right, so actually, do I want yeah, I feel like I do need to leave like a little bit of a secret path back here. So it's really just this kind of like a stump. I guess this is as sharp as I can make it. Should I make it? I don't think I should make it taller. What I want to do is add, I think, some water in front of here. And we are going to use the decorative water, so I'm just going to tap it down. Let's actually turn down the intensity. Just, well, maybe 2. And I'll flatten it. This is where I'll put my water. Like I just said, the decorative water. So we're going to find that here. There you go. Alright, let me get the right orientation. Might extend it over there as well. So let me grab this again. Yeah. Yeah, we can use a little bit more water. Like that. It's like a smile. The game is happy to see me again. I'm happy to see you too, game. And then maybe do a little bit of that. You know, just a little bit of weirdness. You know how I like my water to be weird shapes. And you can make that, that is an easier process when you're using the decorative water. There you go. That's weird. But that's what we want, right? Okay. And then with terrain paints, we're just going to use... I'm going to use the sand. I want to keep this habitat very... yeah, simple, basically. I feel like a lot of the habitats in this park are quite themed. You know, we have... the destroyed city, we have the Pokemon adventure, stuff like that. Let's try to make this one. And now that I've done that, obviously I do want to introduce like a bit of variation. So, you know, we're just gonna break it up a little bit with some random grass. Let's actually use the more brownish grass, especially here around the fence. And then I want to like lightly, like, you know, paths oft traveled. So up here, you know, the footies of the Wuerhosaurus would just be wearing the grass away, the grass and the moss. It might be like, you know, blocking a lot of the view, but I don't know. I think it just creates more interesting moments, and a habitat always needs a little bit of variation in height anyway. Now, here comes the boring part. Hello? Oh, I didn't click on it. That scared me for a second, not gonna lie. The hands got instantly sweaty. But yeah, I literally just did like this entire rock face, so I'm not looking forward to this. Even though you guys know how much I love rocks, and I really do. But I literally just did that entire rock face, so I'm not super thrilled about it. Let me just put it that way. By the way, folks, if you haven't already, at this point, you definitely need to subscribe, because... next week, Summer Games Fest. It's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. Frontier's teasing us. It's happening. Finally. Oh my god. Alright. We're making progress. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need a rock arch. I think I might want to make just a full-blown rock arch from here to here. Oh, I hate myself. I was literally just talking about how I don't feel like doing rock work right now. After just doing an entire cliff phase, but... you know, the temptation of rock arch, I have to give in to that. The mind is weak. All right, so what I've actually been doing to like make rock walls go a little faster is I'm just keeping it in like one orientation, and you know, laying down a base, and I'm leaving gaps, and those gaps I'll fill in after turning the rotation of the rock. So that's gonna add in, you know, the variety in the texture. So right now you can definitely see that I'm just placing, you know, the exact same rock around. But we will obscure my laziness. And it's really just a case of maybe like 3 different orientations. Can even use the same rocks, but just 3 different orientations, mixing them a little bit. It's gonna work out just fine. Just sexy, you might even say. Maybe don't. Maybe we should stop saying that. Maybe I should stop saying that. You know, I won't put any responsibility on you here. But here, see, there you go. We're breaking the pattern, and it's just already becoming less obvious that this is only 2 orientations. And when we add a 3rd. And especially once you add foliage to it, that's like my main thing. Sinking some trees in there. See, we're making magic happen, people. I might be overselling it. Maybe magic is a little too strong of a word. Alright, so rock arch. That is quite a bit of work. So what I'm gonna do, random. I'm just gonna drop down, you know, my building materials, let's call it that. Just like having them ready, and then we're gonna build it out. I really want to have it like blend into that. So we're gonna bulk that up quite a bit. Here on the side as well. Oh, stop it with the shopping! Oh my god. I'm having the same issue in my, the park that we're currently doing, like during the live streams. The guests are like, please, I need to spend my money. I need to pray to the capitalist gods. I need to make my sacrifice to capitalism. Oh, I didn't have to go that dark with it. My brain was not made to think in 3D, okay? I have more of a 2D kind of brain, so bear with me. That's better, that's better. You know, this rock. You know what? I'll blame the rock. Maybe this rock just isn't. Yeah, I'll build out this base with the bigger ones, but yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to switch to smaller stuff. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna, you know, create that artwork. Was it Michelangelo? The hand of God reaching out. Oh, they're missing each other! Yep. Might be a bit... Nah, let's... You know what? We'll do... Epic, you know? It's an epic rock arch. I think that's already a pretty decent arch. And yeah, if I just like use these guys, I probably should have gone for a random rotation on these. Again though, as I'm doing this, I feel like, do you need to be here? Do we need to record all this? I don't know. I think it might be cool if I also like sneak some foliage in here. And as per usual, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be sinking foliage into it. So I'm gonna grab just a couple of these, because I like those. My ultimate favorite for like adding fluff to a cliff are these guys. And let's use these. Oh, maybe a bit too big. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to find smaller plants. Yeah, just makes it look like stuff is growing on there. But, okay, smaller bushes. Could also be cool to just do a couple of these. Just for a little bit of variation. These might be cool as well, but maybe a bit too small. But yeah, let's just do a couple. Why not? Why not? Going the extra mile. Yeah, we're gonna make it a hairy rock arch. This is a rock arch that went through puberty, you know? Oh, I completely sunk that into it. I love clipping things into other things. It fills me with happiness. Oh yeah, that's... Oh yeah. She likes that. Oh, that's good. Oh, she gets way too excited about stupid stuff like this. Look, guess... Learn from me, okay? Stop asking about shopping. Get happy from seeing foliage grow out of rock, okay? That's the kind of happiness you should aspire to. Let me be an inspiration to us all. Evo ending the evils of capitalism as we speak. Converting people to a simpler, happier life. It really is no wonder that this park is at certain points crashing though, because I've been doing this all over the place, you know, sinking all of these trees into the rock faces. And obviously each rock face is like hundreds of rocks. It's gonna amount to thousands at this point. So it really is no wonder. You know, I'm not blaming the game on that part. I'm definitely not playing the game as it was meant to be. As the good Lord Frontier intended it. Alright, definitely needs like some rocks around the base to ground it. And I think you're gonna see that. That does make it look better. At least I hope. Here, so we add some... There, see? Some stuff. I did just realize I don't think the dinosaurs can walk under this, so I have created like 2 dead ends. But oh well. Might keep this quite open, honestly. Definitely want some trees at the back. Maybe like just a couple of strewn about rocks here. The temptation to put a log on here is irresistible, so I'm gonna engineer it so that's gonna work. Like, as soon as the thought occurred to me, you knew it was gonna happen. Yeah, so making a base for it. I might be overestimating the size of the log, which there's a joke in there that, you know, I'm not gonna explain it to you, but yeah, it's there if you want to see it. Log. Where's my log? Oh, here it is, my darling. Oh no, she's quite sizable. Yep, that's positioned quite well. So I like stuff like that. I'm a very, very simple person, okay? I've literally done this, I think, twice already. I might be up to 3 times, but don't tell anyone. Alright, honestly, that might be enough in terms of rocks. Okay, so at the back here, I'm just gonna whip out the foliage brush. Sometimes I end sentences in a question when it's not a question. I don't know what that is. Psychologically, probably speaks to insecurities. Hold on, for maximum effect I should have said psychologically, it probably speaks to insecurities, ending on a question. At least I make myself laugh, okay? And then up here as well. I just use the foliage brush wherever I don't think the placement needs to be... Because, you know, you wanna save on the strain of individually placeable pieces as much as possible. I do acknowledge that, you know, I did just talk about how many pieces go into a rock wall like this. I get it. But that's why you gotta save pieces wherever possible. Aggressively scrolling. Alright, so here the foliage brush just wasn't generating enough. I want this to be quite thick. We're not really going to be able to look into this avenue, so it's fine to keep this open just to, you know, leave the dinosaurs as much space as possible to move around. You know, I don't think we need to fill that up just for the sake of, quote-unquote, completing the habitat, if it's just gonna obstruct the dinosaurs. You know, obstruct the dinosaurs if there's an aesthetic motivation to it, but let's not if there is no reason to it. Let's actually grab the, these guys. I think that might be enough. Again, want to leave this open, you know, as much as you can consider this open, in the hopes that we're actually going to be seeing our Wuerhosaurus up there. Let me drop myself in here for a bit. I think I might need to get rid of, if I still can, this tall dude right here. I can. Excellent. Let's put him over there. Yeah, that's cool. We see the viewing gallery right through the rock arch. That's kind of nice. Alright. Okay, I'm pretty chuffed with that. My guests aren't. My guests are still whining about the shopping. Cry harder, buddies. Alright, so since having this mod, water doesn't quite look complete without adding reeds to it, so... let's add some reeds to it. Alright, I mean, it's really simple habitat. But I think it's doing what I want it to be doing. I feel the need for another log in the water. A wet log. There's a joke there. Again, if you find it, yay. It needs something... Okay, so we have like these separate sections, you know. I think it flows quite nicely. It's private. It really focuses or forces you to focus on, you know, the habitat, create some zen back there from the big courtyard. But this feels unspecial. So I want to try to make it not unspecial. I'm a little worried I'm using it too much, but I do like the height that it gives. Because this one's the second largest and it's already quite small in comparison, so... By the way, I quite like what I did here. I placed the, I could have recorded it, but I didn't. Here, I just put these on top of the log fence. So it gives it a little bit more of that Japanese aesthetic. I think that worked decently well for as simple of a quote-unquote trick as it is. Here, see, because we already have that Torii gate right there. So I think it would be too much to have it here as well. Alright, hold on. I want to check something. Where do I have space? Oh my god, she's definitely filling out. So, I like this thing. But what if we can give it like a function by clipping... that's not... I mean, it technically works. That's not bad per se. And then does adding this help make it feel like it belongs a bit more? Maybe. And I can then put that over here somewhere. I could even say that I'll sacrifice the back of it. I think I'm gonna go for it. There you go. I did it. No going back. No going back. No siree. That didn't at all solve the problem of what I had here. I was gonna do something here, but I don't want to cover, you know, this nice pattern in the path. So yeah, still haven't figured out what to do here. I should go for a statue maybe, but the problem is that, well, it's not really a problem, but stop complaining about the shopping! Oh my god, people! Break the capitalist curse, please! Anyway, the problem, as I was gonna say, is I already used the Wuerhosaurus statue, and here we have Megalodon jaws. I mean, I could put Megalodon over here as a statue, but I'm not sure if it makes sense. I already used the Megalodon statue here. We have the Megalodon quote-unquote hologram. Alright, just doing something. It doesn't necessarily create the height that I wanted, but at least, again, it's something. That is quite nice. But yeah, not the height I wanted necessarily. Maybe just this thing. You know what? I haven't used this thing in a hot minute, I think. I think that'll work. I think that's pretty decent. Oh, and what I should definitely do, I can't believe I whined and whined and whined for trash bins, and I keep forgetting to add them. You know what would be excellent, sort of as punishment for me, is when they add them in Jurassic World Evolution 3, is actually give them a function. Like, make this a necessary thing. And I'm gonna forget, and I'm gonna be getting constant notifications of, you know, just like what I'm getting with the shopping now. I'm gonna get constant notifications of people being, like, complaining about overflowing trash cans. You know, the 3 that I placed in the entire park. And that'll be my punishment. And, okay, what I'm gonna do, and again, something I've already done before, but I basically always do the same thing anyway, so don't judge me. Well, you can judge me a little bit, but, you know, be kind about it. Is we're gonna create a semicircle with these things. I could have been a little bit smart. Oh, I can still grab them. I'm gonna sink them. I might have nailed the height at the front. I'm gonna go a little lower just in case. I'm pretty sure I nailed that. Here, so it's just like a little barrier to stop the flow of traffic. And then you've created this cute little seating section. And I'm gonna use these. There, do that. I think that works pretty well. What I could even do is, like, at every table. Hold on, do these peek out? Not enough though. Let's go for these. Maybe they're a bit too chunky, but you know. Making it different. I probably should have done this first to get, like, the distancing a little better, but I think it worked. I think it works out okay. There, you know. Nervous chuckling intensifies. I did not exit that, so game is like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to add more decorations? Really? You're hurting me. Physical pain. I'm gonna make the executive decision and close this tab for you. That's quite cute. And then we can even let's go with the stone benches here. These. And put those in between there. ample seating. I guess be like, I don't want to sit, I want to shop. Give me shopping. No. I do really like the flowers that I did there. And I definitely need to do them in other places. Again, repeating design elements tie something together. I don't think it would work here anywhere necessarily. I think... Well, technically this is quite open. This could work. Maybe I'll do one over here. I'm actually gonna start... Here, with another semicircle. And we'll aim the circle that way. Let's actually do 3. Here, so now the opening is at like a pretty quiet part anyway. I'm gonna turn them even more. So again, opening is at the quiet side. Sink them down. Stop complaining about shopping. Look, I am one of those people. I do have the affliction. If you tell me to do something, I am way less likely to actually do it, okay? So, stop asking. And let it be a surprise to us all. And then I just put these in. I think I bookended it with the Jurassic World. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I can't believe I remember that. I probably saw it and just thought I remembered it, because there's no way I actually remembered that. Yeah, there you go. You know what? Hold on. Let me whip out the trash bins. Whip out the trash bins. There you go. There you go. And there shall be peace in my park. I'll sink them down so they're level. There. And then, yeah, you fill that in with stuff. The stuff I'm going to start with is these guys. Wow, it's been a hot minute. Been a hot minute since we did a whole bunch of these. I want to avoid using, using these. The actual, flower planters. I sunk them down, because I've done that a lot in this area, so I want to avoid doing that. So, again, trying something different. There, asymmetry, you know how I like that. I don't know what that was. Again, at least I make myself happy. I hope I've managed to entertain you a little bit as well, or at least inspire you for a new build. If you're as excited for Jurassic World Evolution 3 as I am, join over 300,000 other awesome people and subscribe to the channel, because with Summer Game Fest at the end of the week, we can finally count on the big news coming, and I can't wait for the whole period of finding out more and more about the game and getting excited for the launch. So I hope you'll join the channel so I can share with you all the news and all the hype. In the meantime, of course, I'll be continuing Jurassic Park Japan. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like on the way out, and I hope to see you for the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time, hype for Jurassic World Evolution 3.